Hello everyone, my name is Johnsley and welcome to my class on plurals. In this video, we will be going through plural nouns. We will see how we can form plurals of nouns. As you can see on my screen right here, we have singular, that's one. We have plural, that's many. So plural means if you have more than one thing, then that's plural. It should be plural. And for example, if I have one dog, if I have more than one dog, we will say dogs. More than one cat will be cats. If I have more than one pen, then it's pens. This is very easy. I know you may be saying to yourself right now, Johnsley, plurals are easy. I know they are easy, but still, you can encounter some words which you don't know what the plurals are, because plurals can be tricky and complex sometimes. Okay, so what we will do right now is I will show you a list of words and you will try to guess what the plurals are. Okay, so what are the plurals of these nouns? So the general rule says you add s to a word in order to have its plural form. But how about these words? Because most of these words already end in s's. You see, series, it ends in an s. Means, it already ends in an s. Species, it already ends in an s. And basis already ends in an s. Crisis, it ends in an s. Parenthesis ends in an s. Most of these words already end in s's. And how do we have the plurals? Series, means, series ends in an s, means ends in an s, species ends in an s. Okay, what's the plural of fish? Basis ends in an s, crisis ends in an s, parenthesis ends in an s. What's the plural of curriculum? Curriculum. And the plural of thief is thieves. And what's the plural of chief? Potato, potatoes. Studio, studio. So what you might want to do is you might want to have a dictionary to look up these words in order to know what they mean. Okay, you need to have a dictionary to know what they mean. All right, so we will see how we can find the plurals. Okay, now the next question I have for you is we say plurals, we use plurals when we have more than one thing, right? So why don't 100, 1,000, million, and billion take s in the phrases below? Like, if we have more than one pen, we say pens. If we have more than one book, we say books. But here we have more than 100. Why not 10 hundreds? Why not 5,000s? Why not 9 millions? Why not 7 billions? You see? 10 hundred, why don't we put s here? We don't say 10 hundreds, we don't say 5,000s, we don't say 9 millions, we don't say 7 billions. Let's find out. We will find out. Okay, so the general rule is you need to add s, a final s, to most nouns in order to form the plural. Okay, um, you know So the plural of most nouns is formed by adding final s. That's how you get the plural of most nouns. For example, here we have sung, and the plural of sung is songs. Book, not book, please. Be careful about this. It's not book, but it's book. Book. And the plural is books. Be careful. Book. Not book, but book. Chair, chairs. That means more than one chair. Pen, pens. Pens is more than one pen. Brother, brothers. Parent, parents. School, schools. Friend, friends. Student, students. You see? So that's the general rule. This is very straightforward, very easy, very straightforward. Just add that final s to most nouns in order to have the plurals. So this is an apple. We say apple, but here we have more than one apple. We put that s. We say apples. So this is a carrot, and here we have more than one carrot. We say carrots. So this is a penguin. We have more than one penguin. We say penguins. You see? It's very easy. Now let's look at the number two. Let's look at the second rule, which are exceptions. Okay, so the plural of nouns that end in sh, ch, s, z, and x, which are called sibilant consonants, you form the plurals by adding es. You just put that es to them whenever you see a word end in one of these, you know, sounds. Sh, ch, s, z, x. Whenever you see these at the end of a word, if you want to have the plural, you add that es. For example, you say brush, the plural is brushes. Remember that es sounds like is in this case. You'd say, brush. If you have brush, you'll say brushes. You see? sh, brushes. Brushes, brushes. Dish, dish, dishes. Beach, beaches. Church, churches. Branch, branches. Bus, buses. Bus, buses. Buzz, buzzes. Quiz, quizzes. Box, boxes. You see, it's very straightforward. Just add es at the end of these words to have their plurals. Okay, so this is a mailbox. We have one mailbox, but now we don't say 6 mailbox because it's more. You need to add that es. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One mailbox, 6 mailboxes. Plural. Very important. So when we have a consonant plus y, we have a word that ends in a consonant plus y. You need to remove the y and add ies. So when I say consonant, any letters that are not a, e, I, O, these letters, if they are not these letters, then they are consonants like B, D, F, M, and P. So these are consonants. Like here we say baby, that Y follows a consonant, you see? It follows a consonant, and the plural is babies. Remove the Y and put IES. Fly would be flies. Party, parties. Hobby, hobbies. So a hobby is an activity which somebody enjoys doing when he has some downtime. Something that you enjoy doing in your spare time is your hobby. So I like playing soccer. I like to play soccer. So this is one of my hobbies. Okay. So story, stories. Lady, ladies. Puppy, puppies. City, cities. Country. So this one is not country, but it's country. Country, countries. All right. So this is, how many puppies do you see right here? How many puppies do you see? This is one puppy, and we have 1, 2, 3, 3 puppies. You see? So puppy, we have that Y which follows a consonant. Then what we do is we remove the Y and we add IES. So this is pretty straightforward, very easy. When we have a vowel which is followed by Y, this is easy. Just add S. When you have a vowel which is followed by Y, you just add that final S. You see, Y is after O, and O is a vowel. We add that S. Boy, boys. Essay, essays. Okay, so essay is in writing. In French, we call that dissertation. Okay, dissertation. You have to write an essay. Yeah, you guys know what essays are. All right, so the plural of essay is essays. Survey, surveys. In French, survey is sondage. So it's something in which there are a bunch of questions you have to answer, for some reason. All right. So survey, surveys. Key, keys. Day, days. Toy, toys. Donkey, okay. Donkey, donkeys. You see, you add that S because the Y is after a vowel. So how many keys do you see and how many bars do you see? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 keys. We cannot say we have 9 key because we have more than one, we have to say keys. We have one boy right here. Okay. Number 5. Some nouns that end in O. I say some noun, not all nouns. Be careful about that. Not all nouns, but some nouns. Some nouns that end in O add es to form the plural. To form the plural, you add es. Some nouns, not all of them. For example, these words, if you want to have their plural, you would say, you would put es. You would add that es, okay? So echo is echoes. Echo, echoes. Hero, heroes. Do you know what we call a female hero? It's a heroess. A heroess, okay? So potato, potatoes. Tomato, tomatoes. So these words right here, you add es to them to have the plural. So this is the general rule. Most nouns that end in O, you add es. So this is the general rule for words that end in O. But we have some exceptions. We have some exceptions, okay? So this is the general rule for words that end in O. How many potatoes do you see here? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 potatoes. And how many potatoes do you see here? So that looks like a head. That looks like a head. You know, yeah, 1 eye, 2 eyes, and this thing here, you know, looks like the mouth. It doesn't look like a potato. But anyway, so we have 1 potato right here. So 3 potatoes, 1 potato. All right. So number 6, this is a this is a piece of homework. You will count this for me, please. You need to count these potatoes for me. Tell me how many you see. All right. I don't know how you will do that, but you need to count this for me. In the next class, in my next class, you will tell me how many potatoes there are right here. Okay, you will tell me. You will have to tell me how many potatoes there are in that box here, in that thing, in this thing right here. Tell me how many potatoes there are. Okay, I'm being funny. Now, so which letter is sweet potatoes? So you see 2 pictures, letter A, letter B. I don't want you to confuse potatoes and sweet potatoes. Okay, in French, potatoes is pomme de terre, but sweet potatoes, that's not pomme de terre. Sweet potatoes, this is what we call patate. Patate is sweet potatoes, but potatoes, that's what we call pomme de terre. Be careful about that, okay? Number 6, these words right here are exceptions. They are exceptions, okay? We do not add es to these words to have the plural. Some nouns that end in O simply add s to form the plural. For example, auto, we say autos. We do not add es. Auto, autos. Ghetto, ghettos. Remember, you need to have a dictionary to look up these words in order to find out what they mean. You need to have a dictionary, okay? Auto, autos. Ghetto, ghettos. Kilo, kilos. Memo, memos. Photo, photos. Piano, pianos. Radio, radios. Solo, solos. Soprano, sopranos. Studio, studios. Tattoo, tattoos. Video, videos. Zoo, zoos. I have a question now. How many tattoos do you see right here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. We say 4 tattoos. We don't say tattoo because we have more than 1 tattoo. We say tattoos. If you have more than 1 tattoo, you say tattoos. That's why we need plural. Very important. Okay, number 7. So some nouns that end in O add either es. You see, I highlight this one for you because it's important. Some words that end in O, if you want to have the plural, you can add both. When I say both, I mean either es or s. All right, and let's put it this way instead. So either es or s. For example, we have memento. But you know, the es one, it's more common to say, to put that, you know, to say that es, to add that es. But you can add either es or s, with es being the most usual plural form. So here we have memento, mementos, or mementos. You see, es, either es or just an s. Okay, what is a memento? A memento is a souvenir, a keepsake, so something you keep in order to remember a place you've been to. You say this is a memento. All right, that's a memento. And mosquito, mosquito, you add either es or s. Okay, either es or s. So both are correct. All right. So I have a question, by the way. What do you call a female mosquito? A female mosquito is called Anopheles. You know, Anopheles bite, but mosquitoes don't. Mosquitoes don't bite because they do not reproduce. So mosquito is the male one, but the female is called Anopheles. Anopheles, they are the ones that bite, not mosquitoes, because Anopheles need your blood to reproduce. Okay? Just so you know. We have tornado, and the plural is tornadoes. You put that es or you put just an s. Okay? You see this thing right here? You know, tornadoes. I believe you were familiar with it. Volcano, and this is a volcano, and we have two volcanoes right here. So the plural can be either es or s. Zero, zeros with es or just s. Okay? I hope that makes sense to y'all. Okay, number 8. Nouns that end in f or that end in fe, they are changed to ves. Okay? Nouns that end in f or e or fe are changed to ves to form the plural. For example, we have calf. Do not pronounce that l, please. Not calf, but calf. Calf. You say calf. Okay? Calf, calves. Half, halves. Do not pronounce that l either. Do not pronounce that l. The l in calf, don't pronounce it. Do not say calf. Do not say half. Say calf. Say half. Okay? Calf, calves. You see, we remove the f and we replace it with the ves. Okay? Half, halves. We remove the f and we replace it with the ves. Knife, fe. Knife. We remove the fe. We remove it and we replace it with the ves. We say knife, knives. Leaf becomes leaves. Life becomes lives. Loaf becomes loaves. Self becomes selves. Shelf becomes shelves. Thief turns out to be thieves. Wolf turns out to be wolves. Scarf can be either scarves or scarfs. Okay? You can say scarves or scarfs for the plural of scarf. So wife turns out to be wives. You see? So this is what we call a wolf. A wolf is what we call in French loup. Okay? It looks kind of like a dog. Okay? A wolf looks like a dog, you know. So one wolf, two wolves. This is foula in French or Creole. We call that foula. That's scarves or scarves. In Creole, we call that tibef. Tibef, not the tibef you all know in Creole, not this one, okay? It's a different one. The animal, not the other thing, okay? So tibef, a little cow, is called a calf, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tibef, 4 calves, okay? So guys, I have a question for you. Do you like calves? Do you guys love calves? Do you like calves? Est-ce que vous aimez tibef? Back one, I don't know. Do you like calves? Vous aimez tibef? So femme connaisse vous aimez tibef. Let me know if you love calves. Okay. So we have one calf, two calves, one leaf, two leaves, One knife, many knives, two knives, four knives. You see? One wife, one, two, three wives. We do have some exceptions. I mean, when I say exceptions, some words which end in F, but you do not remove the F and replace it with VES. Let's find out. So these words, while they end in F, you do not remove the F and replace it with VES. You just add an S. You simply add S to form the plural. Belief, you say beliefs. Chief, you say chiefs. Roof, you say roofs. Cliff, you say cliffs. Okay? Belief turns out to be beliefs, not believes. Do not remove the F and replace it with VES. No, don't do that. These are exceptions. Okay? Be careful about that. Belief, beliefs. Chief, chiefs. Roof, roofs. Cliff, cliffs. Okay? So these are roofs. And this is a cliff. In Creole, we say falaise. This is one falaise, two falaise, like one cliff, two cliffs. Okay, you really say falaise. So one cliff, two cliffs. We do not remove the F and replace it with VES. We don't do that. So tetkai is roof. Many tetkai, we say roofs. Now we will look at some irregular plurals. When I say irregular plurals, these are some nouns which you need to memorize. You need to retain them, memorize them, catch them, because they do not follow the rule, all the S rules. They do not follow the S rules. The VES, the ES rules, the SES, VES rules. They do not follow those rules. You need to memorize them because they have their own plural forms. Okay? We call them irregular plurals. Let's find out. So the most common irregular plurals are these. These ones are the most common. We have person, and the plural is people. We have child, so one person, two people. One person, two people, one child, two children. You see? One mouse, two mice. One man, two men. One tooth, two teeth. One foot. This is not foot, please. It's not foot. This is foot, not foot. Okay? We do not say foot, not foot. In Creole, foot is an insult. So sometimes somebody may say foot to someone else, and he pretends that it's not an insult because he thinks it's the English word. But the English word is not foot. The insult in Creole is foot, but the word in English is not foot. It's foot. Be careful. This is foot. Foot, not foot. Foot. Kind of like book. Okay? Book, cook, foot. And the plural is feet. If you walk on foot, you don't drive, you just walk. Okay? So goose, geese. Ox, oxen. Louse, lice. Woman, women. Be careful about these two. Okay? Women, women. You see? So you need to get your dictionary so that you can check these words. You can look up these words to see what they mean. Alright? So if I am married to someone, we can have children. We have children. One child, two children. Alright? So I am a man. One man, two men. Okay? Let's look at these pictures right now. So this is what a goose looks like. Okay? This is a goose. One goose, one, two, three, four. Is this three or four? Did I say three? I literally said three. So it doesn't matter. So one, two, three. Geese. If it's four, you say four geese. So one louse, many lice. One man, two men. Okay, one man, two men. One child, two children. One woman, three women. See? One woman, three women. One ox, two oxen. You see? Yes, this word ends in X. You do not say oxes. You don't say oxes. It's irregular. It's oxen. You need to memorize these. You need to memorize these words, you know? All right, so I believe that makes sense. Let's keep going. What is the difference between persons and people? Do you know the difference? So, as you can see here, the explanation is right here. Let's just read it. So, persons is a less common plural of person. When I say less common, people don't usually use it. People don't use it that often. Okay? While people is the standard plural. People say plural more than persons. That's the standard. Plural is people is what people say most often. That's what people say. It's the standard plural of person. And persons is used in more formal or legal context. Like in a more professional setting, somebody would say persons instead of people. Like in a more formal, let's put it this way, in a more formal setting, legal context, in legal context, people use persons. People use persons when referring to a specific countable number of individuals. Like if there are some people whom I can count, I know how many they are. It's countable, it's a specific number. I can use persons, and especially in formal or legal contexts. For example, you could say there were 3 persons in the room. However, in everyday language, people is typically preferred when referring to a group of individuals. So generally, people would say people when there's more than one person. Sometimes you can hear somebody say persons when they mean people. It happens, okay? We say in everyday language, people is typically preferred when referring to a group of individuals. It's the most common one. That's basically it. Now we want to do pronunciation. Let's do some pronunciation right now. Let's look at these sounds right here. We say ah. See? Ah, eh, ah, eh, ah, eh. Don't confuse man and men. See? Man, men, man. You see here? Man, men, man, men. Land, land, lend, land, lend. Sand, sand. You see? Send. Very simple. A, eh. Man, men. Land, lend. Sand, send. Did you get this? Let's look at these examples. The man is reading a book. The man is, link this, liaison. Okay? The man is, let's go. The man is, the man is, the man is. You have to do the liaison. Okay? Do the liaison. Do the linking. Link them. So whenever you have a consonant plus a vowel, you need to do that connection. Connect them. We call this connected speech. Okay? Connected speech. You do that linking. The man is, let's go. The man is reading a book. Reading a. Let's go. The man is reading a book. The man is reading a book. Versus the men, see? Do this. So this is a consonant plus a vowel. Whenever you have a consonant plus a vowel sound, you do liaison. Okay? You do that liaison. You do that linking. Be careful. Okay? Alright, so this is a consonant. The man is reading a book. Reading a book. The men are playing soccer. The men are The men are. The men are. Men are. Men are. The men are playing soccer. You see, man, men. The man is reading a book. The men are playing soccer. She owns a. Owns a. This is a consonant sound, and this is a vowel sound. She owns a. Link them. She owns a. She owns a. See? Owns a. She owns a piece of. Piece. She owns a piece of. Okay? Piece of. You see? S plus O. We say of, piece of. Piece of. She owns a piece of land. Okay? She owns a piece of land in the countryside. She owns a piece of land. Land in. Do the same connection here. Connect them. Link them. She owns a piece of land in the countryside. Can you lend me? See? Land. Lend. Can you lend me your pen for a moment? Can you lend me your pen for a moment? Can you lend me your pen for a moment? Let's go here. The sand is connected speech. The sand is hot at the beach. Okay? The sand is hot. The sand is hot. Hot at. Hot at. Okay? The sand is hot at the beach. The sand is hot at the beach. Hot at. Hot at. You see, T is in between two vowels. It sounds like D. This is called flap T or fast D. Hot at. The sand is hot at the beach. 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 I will send the message now. See? Sand, send. Does that make sense? I believe so. How about these two words? Can you pronounce them? Well, they are not pronounced the same way. You do not pronounce them the same way. You see that O, and you see this, this O right here and that O. This is woman. The singular sounds like woman, woman, like in book. As in foot, foot. This is the singular. As in book, as in cook, as in look. Woman, woman. That's the singular. Please, the singular. You say woman. You see, woman, 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 woman. But the plural, you have that I sound on the first syllable. You see that W-O? That W-O sounds like wo, wo. But that's in the singular form. But in the plural form, that W-O sounds like we. Woman, women, woman, women. We say I. It's that I sound, as in ship, big, and fit. Women. Let's look at these example sentences. The woman is a talented musician. The woman is a talented musician. The woman is, do that liaison here, liaison. Do that connected, speech, do connected speech right here. Link them. The woman is a, let's go. The woman is a, see? N plus is. A, see? Consonant, vowel. Consonant, vowel. We do that right here. We do that linking. Do that linking right here. Okay? Let's go. The woman is a. Don't say the woman is a, but just connect them together. Blend them together. The woman is a. The woman is a talented musician. The woman is a talented musician. The woman is a talented musician. And the plural is the women are. The women are. Do this as well. Link them. Linking. The women are going shopping together. Let's go. The woman is a talented musician. The women are going shopping together. The woman is, that's the singular form. The women are, that's the plural form. Does that make sense? I believe it does. How about these words? How do you pronounce these words? Can you pronounce this word right here? So this is the plural form of month. And you see, these are plural nouns. Can you pronounce them? How do you pronounce this word? So it's very hard for a lot of people to say months because of the TH. It's very difficult to pronounce because of the TH here. Two consonant, we have one consonant sound, the second consonant sound plus three. Because of the consonant cluster here. There's a consonant cluster. That consonant cluster makes it very difficult to pronounce. That th makes it very hard to pronounce. Clothes. You see, a lot of people have a hard time. They have difficulty pronouncing these words. Let's look at how you can pronounce these words without difficulty. So, this word, don't worry about the th. No, don't worry about the th. Say months. You see? Let's go. Months. Months. Pretend that the th was not there. Let's go. Months. There are 12 months in a year. Months in a year. Do the same thing here. That connected speech. Let's go. Months in a year. Months in a year. Months in a year. Months in a. Months in a year. There are 12 months in a year. Il y a 12 mois dans une année. There are 12 months in a year. There are 12 months in a year. Okay? Don't worry too much about saying months. Just say months. Months. Okay? And this one sounds exactly like the verb close. Close. You see? Close. Don't worry too much about this one. Let's go. I buy new clothes every 2 months. Every 2 months. I buy new clothes every 2 months. Close. That one here, it sounds like z. You say close. Close. I buy new clothes every 2 months. Moi acheter vêtements tout neufs chaque 2 mois. Okay? So, months, close. I believe that was helpful. Now, number 11. Some nouns have the same singular and plural form. There are a lot of nouns which have the same, you know what I mean? The same singular and plural form. For example, everybody knows what fish means. The plural of fish is fish. It doesn't change. Fish, fish. We would say one fish, two fish. One deer, two deer. At the beginning of the class, you saw this word. I asked you to guess the plural form of means because it already ends in S. This word ends in S and it's just the same one. It's the same thing. So means, that's the singular. The singular is means and the plural is also means. Offspring. The plural of offspring is offspring. Do you know what offspring means? So offspring is basically another word for children. Okay, what's the singular of children? One child, two children. One offspring, two offspring. You know, it's just the same thing. Okay, they don't change. You know, offspring, offspring. Remember, basically, offspring is another word for children. Okay, so series, the same thing. Species, this word is a very difficult word to pronounce. Species, it's the same thing. So shrimp, it's the same thing. Sheep, the same thing. Aircraft, the same thing. An aircraft is a machine that has the capability of flying, whether it be an airplane or a helicopter. This is a helicopter. This is an aircraft. So one aircraft, two aircraft. Like an airplane plus a helicopter, these are two aircraft. That's the same thing, the same singular and plural form. One deer, two deer. In French, we call that cerf. Deer, deer. One deer, two deer, because they have the same singular and plural form. All right. Okay, so this is shrimp. In Creole, we call that cribiche. Okay, shrimp. The plural form of shrimp is also shrimp. Fishes is also possible. You know, the plural of fish can also be fishes. Be careful. So now what's the difference between fish and fishes? And I can say 5 fishes, I can say 5 fish. How many fish do you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can say 4 fishes, you can say 4 fish. Now what's the difference? So fishes is also possible when you have multiple kinds of fish. If the fish are not the same species, then you say fishes. But if they are the same species, you say fish. You see, this is a different species. This is a different species than the first one. One species, another species, we have 4 different species of fish. Then we say fishes. But here, it's just the same kind. One kind. One species, the same species, we say fish. So many fish that are different, we say fishes. But many fish that are the same, we say fish. So fishes is also possible when it means multiple kinds of fish. Especially in British English, but occasionally in American English, the plural of shrimp can be shrimps. This can be shrimps, especially in British English. But occasionally in American English, it can be shrimps as well. That means kribish. Alright, does that make sense? As I said, you need to have your dictionary to look up these words to see what they mean. Okay, let's look at the plural of some foreign nouns, some Latin nouns ending in US. A lot of words English has borrowed words from many different languages. English has borrowed words from French. It has borrowed words from Latin, even Greek, whatever. So we have some words in English which are foreign words. Foreign words. We have these words right here. These are some Latin words that end in US. So what you do is you remove the US and you replace it with I. For example, nucleus would be nuclei. You see what I do? Nucleus, nuclei. Cactus, cacti. You see? Fungus, fungi. Radius, radii. Stimulus, stimuli. That's very simple. This is pretty straightforward, right? Because these words are foreign words and they end in US. These foreign words, especially these ones, they are Latin words, Latin nouns, and then you want to remove the US and replace it with I. Nucleus, nuclei. Cactus, cacti. Fungus, fungi. Radius, radii. Stimulus, stimuli. This is part 2 of foreign nouns with foreign plurals. Okay? This is part 2. Come on. So some nouns ending in is. Is. Replace the is with es. Remember, these are foreign words, okay? Like these words are some foreign words. We have analysis. It ends in is. What we do is we remove the is and we replace it with es. And all those es's, they sound like is. You see? They will sound like is. Let's see. Analysis. Analyses. Be careful. Not analysis. Be careful because these are foreign plurals, okay? Not analysis, not basis here, not crisis, but is. They are foreign plurals, foreign nouns. Analysis, analyses. Basis, bases. Crisis, crises. Parenthesis, parentheses. You see? Thesis, theses. Hypothesis, hypotheses. You see? Axis, axes. This is a Latin word too. Diagnosis, diagnoses. Analysis, analyses. Basis, bases. Crisis, crises. Parenthesis, like 1, but 2, you say parentheses. Thesis, theses. Hypothesis, hypotheses. Axis, axes. Diagnosis, diagnoses. Now, we have a question. Do you know the plural of base? I suppose you would say this one, right? But let's see something. The plural of base can be this one, but it would be bases. and the plural of basis is bases. It's the same thing, it's the same one, the same plural, but with a different pronunciation. Here we would have that is. We would have that is sound for this one. That is sound. Is. Here we say bases. Okay? Bases. Bases for this one. But here we say bases. The plural of basis is bases, but the plural of base is bases. Be careful. Once again, analysis, analyses, basis, bases, crisis, crises, parenthesis, parentheses, thesis, theses, hypothesis, hypotheses, axis, axes, diagnosis, diagnosis, diagnoses, I'm sorry, okay, diagnosis, diagnoses. You see, that is sound for all of these, okay, that is sound. All right, let me try to do it for you right here. Ease, it's ease. These ones are ease, not is, but ease. Okay, yeah, one dot here, another dot right here. All right, I don't think you see well. Let's see. Okay, ease. So number 14, some foreign nouns. This is part 3 with foreign plurals. So some nouns ending in on, um, what you do is you remove the on or um and you replace it with a. Criterion, you remove the on and replace it with a. Criterion, criteria. Curriculum, curricula. Datum, data. Medium, media. Memorandum, memoranda. Phenomenon, phenomena. Bacterium, bacteria. You see, you remove the on and you replace it with a. Criterion, criteria. Curriculum, curricula. Datum, data. Medium, media. Memorandum, memoranda. Phenomenon, phenomena. Bacterium, bacteria. So note, the singular forms datum and medium are not commonly used. You don't use these words that much. So don't worry about these foreign nouns that much. You don't have to worry too much about them because they are not very common. People don't use them every day. You know what I mean? But it's important for you to know that when you see criteria somewhere, it is the plural of criterion. When you see curricula somewhere, you need to know it's the plural of curriculum. When you see data somewhere, you need to know that it's the plural of datum. You see? Datum. When you see media somewhere, you need to know that it's the plural of medium. When you have memoranda somewhere, if you see it somewhere, you need to know it's the plural of memorandum. You know, if you see phenomena somewhere, it's the plural of phenomenon. Bacteria is the plural of bacterium. You should know them. The plural forms data and media are used informally for both singular and plural. You see, data, sometimes people say data is, sometimes people say data are. They use it as singular and as plural because datum and medium are not commonly used. And media, you know, media and data, they are used informally for both singular and plural. Just so you know, all right? Number 15, part 4 of foreign words. So some nouns that end in ix or ex, especially some Latin words, what we do is we remove the ix or the ex and we replace them with s's. You see? Appendix, appendices, matrix, matrices, index, indices, vertex, vertices. You see? Those es sound like e's. Appendix, appendices, matrix, matrices, index, indices, vertex, vertices. All right. These words are not very common. I told you already. They are not very common, but it's important for you to know how to form the plural. Okay? This is the answer we've been waiting for. This is the answer you guys have been waiting for. Now, which one is correct? If we have more than one thing, we need to add that s. It should be plural, right? If I have one phone, we say one phone. But if it's more than one phone, we say phones. One phone, two phones. That's what we know. Whenever we have more than one thing, we put that s. It should be plural. But now, why not 10 hundreds or whatever? Which one is correct? Do we say 10 or 10 hundreds? Because we have more than 100. Is it 10 or 10 hundreds? We have more than 5,000. Is it 5,000 or 5,000s? We have more than 1 million. Is it 9 million or 9 million? 6 billion or 6 billions? Let's find out. Take some note right now. Listen to this. Whenever you see 100, 1,000, million, and billion with a specific number, they are never plural. They remain singular. They are never plural when they have a number before them. What did I say? I said when 100, 1,000, million, and billion are used with a specific number, they are never plural. That's what I said. So we do not say 600s, but 600 because 6 is a specific number. We do not say 5 millions, but we say 5 million because 5, you see, 5 is a specific number. When 100,000, million, and billion are used with the numerals, they remain singular. That means when they have a specific number before them. For example, we say 600. 6 is a specific number, but we say hundreds of. Hundreds of. In French, des centaines de. We don't know the exact number. We say hundreds of. We can say hundreds of. That means we don't know specifically how much. We don't know the exact number. We say 600, but we say hundreds of. Look at this example. $1,000. I need $1,000. You see, 10 right here. There's a specific number. I need $1,000. There's a specific number. Then we do not put s, but the following noun, we put that s to it. It should be plural, but not the 100. So this 10 right here, it kind of like, refers to that dollars. You see? So I need $100. Don't put s to this because when 100 has a specific number, it doesn't take s. It's not plural. It remains singular. So we say hundreds of. For example, the library has hundreds of books to choose from. You see? It's not specific right here. It's not specific. $100, it is specific, it's specified, but hundreds of books, des centaines de livres, it's unspecified. So there is not a specific number here. So hundreds of books means more than 100, but we don't know the exact number. We say 10,000. You see, 10 here, 10,000, it is specified. 10,000, this is specified. I bought this pen for $10,000. Don't put s to it. It is specified. We know exactly. But thousands of, des milliers de. It's not specified. We don't know the exact number. You see, I bought this pen for thousands of dollars. We don't know exactly, but it's more than $1,000. Just see the difference yourself. We have, I bought this pen for $10,000. We know exactly. I bought this pen for thousands of dollars. We don't know exactly, but we know that it's more than 1,000. 9 million, it is specified. Don't put s to it because it's not. There is a specific number. I have 9 million views on TikTok. I know exactly how many views. But if I say I have millions of, that is des millions de. It is unspecified. Millions of people use social media every day. We don't know exactly, but we know it's more than 1 million. Okay? So whenever you see 100, 1,000, million, or billion, when they have a specific number, they do not take s. they remain singular. Okay? All right. So take some note right here. Look at that. I need $1,000. How do you say I need $1,000 in Creole? I need $1,000. That would be like, moi besoin 10 $10? What? It sounds weird. $10? Do we say this in Creole? Est-ce qu'on dit ça en Creole? I need $10? Wow. Wow. Okay, let's count right now. When we count, we say 200, 200, 500, 500, 900, 900, 1000. You can keep going. When I say keep going, 900, and here instead of saying 1000, you could say 1,000. This is very common in the United States. 1000, 1,000, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600. You see, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 9,200. How would you say $2,500? $2,500 would be 2,500. It is very common in the United States. Okay, so in English you can do that. You can say that. All right. So here we have 1,000 can be 1,000 or 1,000. In Creole, 10. So this one right here, 1,500 can be 1,500 or 1,500. So in Creole, 1500. You see? Very simple, very straightforward. All right. So now let's count. 800, 900, 1,000, which is 1,000. 1,100, which is 1,100. 1,200, which is 1,200. Now, how much money do you see here? The last one is for me, and these ones are for you. I paid, this could be 2,500, but I can say I paid 2,500 for it. And how about this one? How much money is this? How much money is this? Do it yourself. Now, this is the last part of this video, the last part of this class. Third person singular, present simple. Third person singular, whenever you see he, she, it, we call this third person singular. Whenever a verb in present simple, when we use he, she, it in present simple, the verb that follows he, she, it should be kind of like plural. I say kind of like plural. It should be kind of like plural. He, she, it. This is called third person singular. You need to add that final s. Kind of like plural after he, she, it. It depends. When I say it depends, sometimes it could be es. Sometimes it can be, just the rules. Respect the rules of plural. Okay? So he, if I have the name of a person and there's a verb that comes after Peter, he and Peter the same. If a verb comes after he or Peter, it should take s. If a verb comes after she or Mary, it should take s. Kind of like plural. If a verb comes after it or my phone, it should take s. Kind of like plural. For example, in affirmative sentence, in a positive sentence, we would say he says. 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 Not says, but he says. Not he say, because we have he. Third person singular. The verb should be kind of like plural. You say he says. He says. Peter studies. You see what I do? That Y follows a consonant. What we do is we remove the Y and we replace it with IES. So Peter is the same thing as he. It should be the verb that comes after Peter should be just like plural. He says, Peter says. He studies, Peter studies. She goes. Do not say she go. No. After he, she, it, kind of like plural. That's what I said. All right? Don't say she go to school, but she goes to school. Mary brushes, not brush. You see? That's this is the es. It's the es. Whenever a word ends in sh, the plural form is you need to add that es to it. Okay? Brush, brushes. Brush can be used as a noun. Okay? One toothbrush, two toothbrushes. But this is a verb. It is used as a verb right here. That's the action. You use a toothbrush to brush your teeth. So Mary brushes, not Mary brush, because Mary is the same thing as she. She goes, not she go. Mary goes, not Mary go. Be careful about that, okay? So Mary brushes her teeth, not Mary brush. And for the negative, you say don't or doesn't. But with he, she, or it, we say doesn't. When I have he, don't say he don't. Don't say she don't. Don't say it don't. No, he doesn't. She doesn't. It doesn't. For example here, he speaks English. You see, after he, the verb takes s. He speaks English, and the negative is he doesn't speak English. He doesn't speak English. Don't say he doesn't speaks because doesn't is already the third person. You see, it was do, does, you put that es, doesn't. He doesn't speak English. He speaks English. He doesn't speak English. Okay? But if I were to say I speak English, if I don't, you would say I don't speak English. But if it's he, she, it, it should be doesn't. All right? Jack plays soccer very well. You see, Jack is the same thing as he. Jack plays soccer very well. Jack doesn't play soccer very well. Not don't. Not don't. In Creole, don't and doesn't mean pas. Li parle anglais, li pas parle anglais. Jack joue boule très bien. Jack pas jouer boule très bien. Okay? She sings. She sings in a choir. Li chante dans un choral. C'est pas she don't, mais c'est she doesn't sing in a choir. Li pas chante dans un choral. She sings in a choir. She doesn't sing in a choir. Alright? But we have some exceptions. We have what we call modal verbs, which are can, could, may, might, must, will, would, shall, should, etc. When we have these verbs are called modal verbs. They never take s. Don't ever add an s to these verbs because they are exceptions. They are called modal verbs. Okay? Yes, we should say he speaks, but never he cans. Don't put s to it. It is an auxiliary verb. Be careful. So don't put s to this one. Don't say he cans dance. You say he can dance. Don't say he can dance, but you say he can dance. That means he has the ability to dance. Don't say she will call you later, but she will call you later. Okay? For the negative, we do not need doesn't for the negative. Just put that not. Okay? Negative would be not. Just not. Okay? Plus not. N-O-T. Can, cannot. Not doesn't, can. Don't say doesn't, can, or don't, can. Don't say don't, could, or doesn't, could. Can, cannot. Could, could not. May, may not. Must, must not. Might, might not. Will, will not. Would, would not. Shall, shall not. Should, should not. He can dance. He cannot dance, or he can't dance. She will call you later, or she will not call you later. That's the negative. You see? He can dance. He will call you later. He can't dance. He will not or he won't call you later. So remember, these are exceptions. Okay? When you have a verb that follows he, she, it. Okay? And here this is the subject pronoun. So he, she, it. Like he replaces Peter. So Peter is the antecedent. All right? It's the antecedent. So whenever a verb follows he or Peter, it should take an S. So Peter here is the antecedent of he. Mary, the antecedent of she. My phone, the antecedent of it. For example, if I say, Brian goes to school every day. Brian can be replaced with he. So Brian is the antecedent of he. So both Brian and he are third person singular. You see? So after Brian, you need to put that S to the verb or that ES. So Brian goes, he goes. Johnsley comes, he comes. Peter goes, he goes. Jesus comes, he comes. You see? Because Jesus is the antecedent of he. Okay? So Peter, the antecedent of he. Mary, the antecedent of she. My phone, antecedent of it. They will take S's. Kind of like plural. Alright? So guys, this is it. This is all I have to say about plural. And remember, plural is an important part of grammar. You know, it's very important for you to master that. I recommend you master you master plural. You need that because it helps you communicate more effectively. Okay, you can write better and speak better. It's an important part of grammar. Okay, plural. It's important to master plural. Okay, so that's all I had to say, and that's that. That's about it. That's about it. And of course, bye Felicia in Creole. Bye bye Nicole. This was Jonesy with you. So stay tuned for another video with me. Bye.